What's up, guys? I know the title might seem crazy. A former NFL bust may just be a dark horse candidate for MVP for me this year in 2022. Yeah, right. I'm gonna explain it. I'm gonna tell you who the player is, and I'm gonna tell you the reasons why. First, let me get into my definition of a bust because people give up on players too easily. I give players 3 to 4 years to prove that they have what it takes to be an NFL quarterback. And we're just talking about quarterbacks right now. Talking about bust in general. I mean, 3 to 4 years, unless they do something like Isaiah Wilson. I'm not giving him a chance like a guy that's actually working hard that's just not that good. So as a quarterback, I give him 3 to 4 years, depending on situation and fit and everything like that. They could get longer. And some quarterbacks just take longer to develop, but in this day and age, people give up on quarterbacks too easily. So that's really my definition of a bust. And for a while, I thought this guy was a bust. But I went back and watched the 2022 film and found out that I like this player quite a lot. And I think with this new revamped offense, after having an atrocious receiving core last year, I think this player can do some damage. He was injured and coming back from an injury that's more common now and people are recovering faster from. But at the same time, it's still not, still not good to be injured and then come back to win the MVP. And I'm not saying he will win MVP, but he's just a dark horse candidate for me. But no more stalling. I'm going to get into who it is, and that guy's Jameis Winston. I never thought in my wildest dreams I'd be saying Jameis Winston's an MVP dark horse for me. Jameis Winston last year looked really good before he got hurt, and that was with terrible weapons. If he gets Michael Thomas back, you got Chris Olave, Alvin Kamara, Jarvis Landry. You got a lot to work with here. Offensive line's not great, but it's good. Their defense is good. Their team has all the tools for success. It does depend on Jameis. And it was a smaller sample size that we saw of last year. That is, I'm looking at. And I mean, I went back and watched the film. And one of the dudes in this channel, Xander, who's always pushing this Jameis Winston propaganda because he's a Saints fan. I just mess around. I'm like, man, Jameis Winston sucks. And then I went and watched the film. I was like, Jameis Winston looked good last year. He's like a top 15 quarterback just off last year. Jameis Winston has good arm. He made better he still makes some wacky decisions, but he made better decisions last year. I don't know his official stats before he got hurt, but he looked like a better passer. His footwork looked better. Everything about Jameis Winston looked revitalized. I don't know if it's this is the only thing that worries me about this this Deshaun Watson propaganda I'm spilling right here for dark horse MVPs, that he's not going to have Sean Payton there. But I'm convinced he learned something. I don't think he's just going to forget what he's learned from Sean Payton, even with a new head coach. And even then, I think Jameis Winston's got a real shot. So I mentioned the weapons earlier. Chris Olave is just going to be a really good target for him, a guy that's just going to get open. Michael Thomas, one of the best receivers when he's healthy. He just hasn't been healthy since his Offensive Player of the Year season back in, I believe, 2019. Alvin Kamara, one of the best receiving backs in the league. He's just a playmaker. He makes it look so effortless. Jarvis Landry, he's a good wide receiver 3. Like, that's a good receiving core. That's a top 10 receiving core. 2 good running backs. I believe they still have Mark Ingram. Don't quote me on that. But they do have Alvin Kamara. If he clears everything that happened in the offseason. I don't know anything about that, so I'm assuming he's going to be there. Yeah, it's very interesting. I think the Saints team could be very good, and I think Jameis could put up some big stats. I want him to be throwing the ball all over the yard. I think the Saints team could win the division over the Bucs. I don't think that's very bold of a take to say, to be honest. I mean, the Bucs are good. They're really good. They have the GOAT. They have some good weapons. Mike Evans, Chris Godwin. But the Saints team, I mean, they're good on defense and they're good on offense. And their offense last year was so bad, but James got hurt and the receiving core was bad. So I'm pretty sure Alvin Kamara got hurt at some point. So it's just like the Saints team should be better next year. I could see him winning like 11, 12 games, maybe. Yeah, I think 10, 11, 12. I think they're going to be in that range. I think the Saints team is going to be really good, and they're going to bounce back from last year, considering, I mean, everything that happened last year. That was just tough to deal with. So for an MVP to have a MVP season, they have to put up the stats and the team success. So I'm betting on the fact that the Saints get back, and they should. I mean, their talent is there. With Demario Davis, Tyrann Matthews now there. They got good corners. I like Marshawn Lattimore, one of the best corners in the game. Paulson Adebo had one of a quietly good rookie year. I like Delonte Taylor. A lot of people don't like that pick. I just like the player. Tyrann Matthew again, Demario Davis. You got Mark Davenport. Maybe Peyton Turner takes a step. Cameron Jordan. I mean, this team is just solid all around. I think they have the potential to be really, really good. And my dark horse, the Saints team is not only Jameis Winston is not only my MVP dark horse. The Saints team is a dark horse for me to go all the way to the Super Bowl. So, yeah, this was just a video of me talking, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know if you agree in the comments. Let me know your MVP dark horse, your Super Bowl dark horse in the comments. I'm not expecting a lot of people to agree, except for Xander. I'm in on the Saints team, and I'm in on Jameis Winston in 2022. That's going to be it. Thanks.